if you long to establish a solid, serious relationship and focus on the long term rather than the short term, then I guarantee you that this video is for you, because I'm going to share with you Hi everybody, this is Life with Leonard and welcome to another episode. Now on this channel, if you are new here, I strive to motivate and inspire you to become the best version of yourself. And if that type of content interests you, can I kindly ask you, if you haven't, to please subscribe to my channel, like this video and share it. And those things are good for the YouTube algorithms, and that way we would grow and we would be able to reach more people who you and I both know would be able to benefit from the contents of these videos. Dating means different things to different people. Now, while some see dating as a means of finding the one, this isn't always the case. Dating used to be a term to signify that stage of a romantic relationship in which two individuals engage in an activity together, most often with the intention, and that's the emphasis, of evaluating each other's suitability as a partner. Women in particular should be very careful, because women run out of time and options quicker than men, because you reach your peak value earlier on in your life. In particular, you ladies, you need to really rethink the choices that you make. It's a fact that women pay a much higher price for the mistakes that they make with regards to dating and, of course, relationships. For instance, and this is God forbids, if you fall pregnant after a one-night stand, or when you have a high body count, if you're too bossy or too masculine and uncooperative, you want to lead the man, it will eventually catch up with you. Dating is good when it's done, as I mentioned, intentionally. It's a way to help you figure out who a potential life partner will be, and it can also help you understand others and yourself in relation to others. Be aware that your dating experience don't turn out to be like a never-ending story of failed romance. But if you long to establish a solid, serious relationship and focus on the long term rather than the short term, then I guarantee you that this video is for you, because I'm going to share with you 5 golden rules to bear in mind. Number 1, be clear about your objectives. When you're dating, it's always wise to be clear about what you want and what you are looking for. If you know that you want a steady relationship, don't kid yourself that anything less than that will do. Use your individual goals to motivate you and maximize your chances of hitting that target. And be honest with yourself. Knowing yourself is one of the many benefits of self-honesty. If you are honest with yourself, you can live authentically. You can live by your own values and your beliefs, not just what you have learned from others. I don't think you should date anyone without intention. You can't just be dating because. If you know what you are aiming for, this will enable you to take control of the situation and make sure that the relationship develop and grow into something meaningful. That should be the purpose, something beautiful. Secondly, talk about the future early on. Now, discussions about the future, it can be intimidating. There are so many things about the future that are a mystery to all of us, I guess. However, talking about your future, this is an important part of any relationship, and it can help ensure its success, the success of your relationship. Now, I'm not saying you should refrain from talking about the past, things like relationship history. That's important too. Just be aware, because there are some people out there who aren't looking for love. They are looking for help. You don't need to and probably shouldn't ask how many kids they want before the starter course arrives at your table on the first date. That might be a bit creepy, but you don't want to wait after 1 year of dating to find out that they never want to get married. And if marriage is a non-negotiable for you, given It's not always fun to talk about the things like life goals, religion, marriage, politics, etc. However, it's important that you naturally work your deal breakers into the conversation to make sure, this is for you, that you're at least on the same page as soon as you start to see a future together. Are you looking for a long-term relationship or you are looking for a more casual fling? It is important to communicate it to your partner and be honest about your intentions. Without the trust that honesty builds, it's impossible to ground the relationship and make it steady and strong. That's why if you are dating and you're going out with potential suitors, just be honest about your intentions. If you want something serious, don't be afraid to say this. You don't need to ramble on about marriage or children or building a home together on the first date, but make it clear that you are not just there to have fun and play the field. You should gauge your date's reaction, which will help you see if they have similar intentions. But it starts with you knowing exactly what you want and what you don't want. This is a great way to avoid getting stuck in the same old cycle. If you want a long-term loving relationship with your partner, setting good intentions, that is crucial. Search for common ground. There are many elements that contribute to a successful relationship, long-term relationship. But finding common ground is often a really, really positive sign. And that is even when you disagree on something, which is almost inevitable. Common ground can help bring you back together. Maybe you need to be reminded today that to make a relationship work, it takes a lot of forgiveness and hard work, not just a walk in the park. In your search for common ground, look for people who have similar interests to you. And if you're dating online, for example, just as an example, narrow your search criteria to increase your chances of matching with somebody who has, for example, same hobbies or passions that you share. Even then, remember, and I just want to put this out there is no perfect relationship. It's how you accept the imperfections that makes it perfect. You don't always have to agree, but you must empower each other. You must find the common ground. You must build the bridges across your differences to pursue the common good. And lastly, take your time. Now, in this day and age, there's a lot of pressure to follow patterns and have a 5-year, 10-year, 20-year plan in place. And I even sometimes encourage that on this channel. You know, failing to plan is planning to fail. I've mentioned it many a times. But the reality is that life doesn't always pan out how you want it or expect it to. Although it can be very hard to ignore external influences. For example, pressure, maybe you know this, from friends or family or society in general. It's always better to take your time. Don't force something if it doesn't feel right. Try not to panic. When someone is genuinely interested in you, they will constantly demonstrate their interest. They will constantly do that and leave you in no doubt about it. Many of us found the one when we least expected it. So just be confident and true to yourself. Hopefully these golden rules that I've shared with you will help you steer clear of time wasters and find somebody special too. You, of all people, deserve it. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for once again joining me on today's episode. Now, if this episode was of value to you, can I kindly ask you, if you haven't, to please subscribe to my channel, like this video and share it. Subscribing, 2 things. Firstly, it is absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a cent. And secondly, as you know by now, it is really easy. You can just click on the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and please remember to hit the all notifications, and that way you will be notified and you won't miss out whenever I upload new videos. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay blessed.